There it is. Do you want your camera on or off?
We can put the camera on.
Quiet time. Passengers.
Julie. Hi, Julie. Water over there. if you want.
Where? Nice. Michael, don't knock the water over.
I will knock the water over.
Oh, he will.
I will.
Yeah.
Try not
We
to.
on now?
Somebody put a thumb up. Can you hear us?
Can you hear me? Hello?
Oh, there's a.
Yes,
there's
we
a
hear
wave. There's a
you.
wave. Hi. I hear Claudia. Hi, Claudia.
Good evening, everybody. It's Tom Chapin and Michael Mark and the special guest. We're in Jon Cobert's basement. Jon Cobert. This is number 4 in the Collaborators series. And of course, the most important one.
Save the best for
Save
last.
the best for last. Well, there may be another one, actually.
Okay.
But welcome, everybody. If this is your first visit to this particular event, it's we've been doing these, getting together with the people who've been writing with me for all these many years.
Whoa.
And I first met Jon Cobert when I was about to do the first family recording in 1988. And the bass player, remember his name?
No.
Don?
Don something.
Yeah. What
Not
was his name?
Felder.
No. Anyway, I was looking for a piano player, and there was a couple of names that was bandied about, and the bass player said, "Get Jon Cobert." I never met him before.
And Keith also said that.
Keith also, yeah,
The engineer.
yeah.
You were bandied about.
I was bad.
He was bandied about, and he became part of the bandy.
Hey.
Oh, so that was a many a moon ago, and I've learned that when I have a lyric and I'm not sure what to do with it, and I keep working for a while, I send it over to Jon, and back comes something pretty cool. And here's a song that actually kind of fits very much what we're doing right now.
Yeah.
It's called "We Will Adjust." Kind of say 2, 3. Play one of those. I took a walk down Main Street in the pouring rain. The new bank on the corner once again has changed its name. And the market and the drugstore have merged into a chain. This neighborhood just does not look the same. Got a digital camera, got a new cell phone. I can't figure out how to download a ringtone. I call and leave a message, my kids send back a text. Things do change, whatever happens next. We will adjust to whatever is thrown at us. We will adjust and do just what we must. We learn to email and TiVo without a lot of fuss. We will adjust. Well, the ice cap is melting, Wall Street's melting too. Gas prices go up and down. What are we to do? Recession and depression are out of our control. So turn it up and let the bad times roll. We will adjust to whatever is thrown at us. We will adjust and do just what we must. We were born to be adaptable, live through boom or bust. We will adjust. I heard a been fighting roaches all my life, but I seen the human animal change his habits too. We tinker and we jury rig and somehow make it through. Every generation, every link on the chain is thrown into the unknown, and here we go again. We will adjust to whatever is thrown at us. We will adjust and do just what we must. There is a core of steel hidden underneath the rust. We will adjust. We will adjust. We will adjust. We can write some extra verses to that in the last 2 years
Oh my goodness.
with masks and COVID, and then
A lot of adjusting.
the Supreme Court with women
my
and
goodness.
the wars and stuff. We will
So that's the
adjust.
rest of the hour.
Otherwise,
Just-
everything.
That was it. We just talked
We
about
don't need any more songs. We'll just keep adding to that one.
Right.
So I have now 7 grandchildren, and the first one I wrote a lyric for. I was here, and Miles was born in California, and my wife Bonnie went out, and I was, and so did the girls. All went out to be there and to meet Miles. And actually Abigail and Lily were living in California, and Bonnie jumped on a plane and flew out, and John and Jessica were out there. This is John's son, Miles. And I wrote this little lyric about this brand new baby boy, and I sent it to John, and he came back with his. How do we start this? In the middle of the night, the baby came, strong and clean, without a name. Life seems like a brand new game. Let the music start. The baby boy was born today, March 15th in far LA. I'm in New York, but it's okay. He's real close to my heart. River runs as wide and deep as the promises we keep. Miles to go before we sleep. Miles and miles and miles. The river runs as wide and deep as the promises we keep. Miles to go before we sleep. Miles and miles and miles. A babe brings joy to every face, warmth to every jaded place. The world is in a state of grace. The heavens are all smiles. So here's to Rachel, here's to John, here's to the road embarked upon. God bless the coming of the dawn and the birth of mighty minds. River runs wide and deep as the promises we keep. Miles to go before we sleep. Miles and miles and miles. The river runs as wide and deep as the promises we keep. Miles to go before we sleep. Miles and miles and miles. River runs as wide and deep as the promises we keep. Miles to go before we sleep. Miles and miles and miles. River runs as wide and deep as the promises we keep. Miles to go before we sleep. Miles and miles and miles. Miles and miles and miles. Miles and miles and miles. it was a big mistake singing this song and writing this song because then I kept having grandchildren, and the latest two have been, so they're now 7 songs and 7
Almost a
grandchildren.
CD's worth.
Yeah, keep up the good work.
Keep up the good work,
ladies.
ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, fun. It was interesting recording that because it was like we recorded it just the 3 of us pretty much, and then we took it over to
To John Guth's, and we put Larry and
yeah.
yeah,
Maybe we did it with Larry and everybody, Larry Campbell and Eric Weisberg.
Eric, yeah,
Eric played banjo on it. And then we got Richard Crooks, right?
yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it was Richard. Oh my goodness. Oh,
And then I did a version of it for my CD because I liked it so much.
Cool.
So there's 2 versions of Miles and Miles floating around out there.
Yeah, well, I don't have a version.
You don't have a version.
You have an aversion, or do you?
I have an aversion to that, having a version.
So one of the things when we were touring a lot in the '90s, every once in a while, there was something coming up that I needed a song for, and I was supposed to go and to a hearing up in Albany about the importance of including arts in education, and of course the funding necessary to make the arts in education. And so, and I thought, I'm supposed to go up and talk, and I'm really not an educator. Michael's much more in that world, being on the. Oh, you just won, didn't you?
You
just got
won. Hey,
resoundingly reelected for a 9th term.
let's hear it from
Ninth
Michael
term.
Clark.
Nyack School
The
District.
Nyack School Board.
I see them clapping. Over.
Yeah, yeah.
Got you, Ruth.
So Michael did win, which is great. And so we were on a plane coming back to New York. I said, I got to go up, and they asked me to come up and talk about funding, and said, and what I really like to do was do a song, and an education. And then John goes, well, you can't spell smart without art. And I went, bingo, wait a minute. What?
That was it.
Yeah,
The
that
light
was
bulb
it.
went on.
Light bulb went. So the rest of the plane ride, we started writing this thing, and I got a chance to get up and sing it, and it was a resounding success because no one ever testified before with a guitar and a song.
Much more effective.
They've never invited me back though, so I don't know if that was, but it was
too
memorable.
overwhelmed.
That
You
was
have to
right.
write another song.
See, they sorted through the data and found as a rule that kids who have the arts do much better in school. In song and in the dance, on the canvas, on the stage, art gives life to the lessons they read on a page. Oh, you can't spell smart without art. You can't spell smart without art. You're gonna need art to get a good start. Oh, you can't spell smart without art. Imagination's needed in a challenging world to nurture the mind of each boy and each girl. The arts are an answer to an old paradox, how to teach a whole class to think out of the box. Oh, you can't spell smart without art. You can't spell smart without art. All the testing will tell you it's there on the chart that you can't spell smart without art. So let's make kids more likely to start on a path to do better in reading and science and math, and help out our teachers, provide them with tools. Watch our kids grow and blossom with the arts in our schools. Oh, you can't spell smart without art. You can't spell smart without art. Yes, science and reading and math do their part, but you can't spell smart without art. Oh, you can't spell smart without art. You can't spell smart without art. You're gonna need art to get a good start. All the testing will tell you it's there on the chart. So get in your head what you know in your heart, that you can't spell smart without art. play one. Dun, 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 dun. Pretty cool. I liked it. It's a kind of a Latin thing happening.
Should I go up and get my sombrero?
Go
Too
get me
late.
sombrero.
Too late.
Too late. By the way, I never would have gotten reelected if Abigail and Lily hadn't put a sign for me in their store.
Oh, thank goodness.
Also, when we did the healing songs in Nyack, that concert, and Abigail gave you a little plug in front of 800
There you go.
Nyakians.
Is that what they're called?
Kayakers.
Nyackers. Nyack, New York.
Kayakers.
Michael Mark. Oh,
Yeah,
good,
there you
good job. So, here now, tell me how we've got started this idea of this Mozart duet.
I just decided that there should be a song about a piano lesson.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so we were just tossing the idea around about a piano lesson, and then Michael said, "Well, what if Mozart came down and sat next to you on the bench and helped you along while you were?"
I sort of felt like we did this on a plane somewhere too. You know,
We were driving around
Yeah.
in Pennsylvania or someplace.
Yeah.
On our way to concerts.
Someplace.
You were pretending to play on the dashboard to get ideas.
Yeah, that's what it was.
So
So
this became a Mozart duet, and Michael and I did a lot of the lifting on the.
Michael, you've had that same bag since 1986.
from the Abracadabra Magic and Costume Shop,
I know that place. Is it on
Yes.
21st Street?
I think so.
Well, it used to be.
yes.
I don't know if it's
Yeah.
still there. Is it?
And this wig has been sitting in a plastic bag for the. We haven't done this for a while.
It's true.
I took it out. There's nothing
Growing.
growing or crawling around inside, so
Nothing
I'm
up
going to
your
put it
sleeve.
on my head.
All right.
Okay.
And Michael and I think did a lot of heavy lifting on the lyric, but John did the whole tune with the collaboration with his a dead composer, which is fun, right? It's
Yeah.
The easiest kind of collaboration.
no arguing. So, all right, how's it go?
Okay, it goes like this.
Okay, let me put my guitar down.
Put your guitar down.
Okay, so I'm the kid, and these are my fingers, and this is the special guest. Okay, let's try it again.
Okay.
Here I am at my piano with my Mozart piece again. Next month is the big recital, and I have to get it right by then. This second part is much too difficult for any kid to play. Fingers just weren't meant to move this fast. Who wrote this turkey anyway?
I did, it's not difficult, a simple scale in C. I'm Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart, and I could have played this at age 3. Try it again. There's no need to get discouraged, it takes time to learn to play. Practice it a little slower, you must let your fingers lead the way.
Like this?
That's good. Very nice. And again.
All that afternoon he stayed, we played scales in C. And every day we met at my piano, Wolfgang and his piece, and me. Sunday was a big recital and it filled the library. The crowd grew hushed and I was nervous until Mozart turned and said to me,
I'm very proud of how you've worked. Now show them how you play.
So I sat down at the grand piano and I let my fingers lead the way. My favorite is his third sonata, 'cause I think of it as our duet.
Bravo!
Bravo!
You know,
I remember recording this in this big piano up in it was the Spyro Gyro studio.
Yeah, that place on 202.
And John got nervous.
I was nervous. Yeah.
Like
we did
like
it,
I'm
we did one. And I had the good luck to write the orchestral thing for this one. You were doing
that's right.
some symphony concerts, and at the last minute, you had to bow out of going to Buffalo. And I had to play this thing on
With
a
the
9-foot
orchestra
thing Steinway. It was the most nerve-wracking
Oh
thing I
yes,
ever did.
was that my
I
hand
think it was,
surgery?
yeah. By the way, we can see ourselves on the screen, and I've never seen from here up. I've never looked more like my grandma Henrietta. I never knew that. Okay, here's to Grandma Weiss.
And hi, Grandpa Isidore. I see him right over here. That's my grandpa.
And I look like my dad. That's who I look like. My dad, Jim Chapin, the drummer. I recently met a young drummer. Actually, was at the drummer who was at the healing thing in Nyack. And whenever I meet a young jazz drummer, I say, "Did you ever use the Chapin book?" And they go, "Oh my gosh, I have it in my yeah, I can't never finish it." Blah blah blah. And we start talking about my father, and now they go look at me and go, "Oh, of course, he looked just like him." You know? I never got that.
It's the Bible.
It's the Bible. And here's a song that's very near and dear to my heart. It's written about my mom when she was alive. She was in her 90s. Actually, she was in her 80s then when I wrote this for her. And she was an artist. She was worked with making cloth art, almost like paintings with cloth and quilting. And so this is a song for her, and I couldn't come up with a tune, so I sent it over here to this place and came back with this just beautiful melody. So how we start this? My mother is an artist, been one all her life. While she was busy being daughter, sister, lover, worker, wife. But her quiet eyes kept watch all through every hard work day, till she found the time to shape the world her way. Life's not what it should be. You learn that early on. When you're the eldest daughter of a marriage that goes wrong. But through 90 years, through all the tears for loved ones who have died, she's held on to the artist there inside. And when we'd wound ourselves as children, or sometimes do, she's the one who we would run home to. And I still, to my surprise, seek approval in her eyes, in my mother's quiet A family is a lonely ship that we are thrust into. She had 6 boys, a joyful noise with such a rowdy crew. But sewing was a refuge, a quiet in the storm, a secret place that somehow kept her warm. She'd take a piece of fabric, she'd hang it on the wall. Colors, shapes, and patterns, she would use them all. A small idea to build upon, to carry through each day, till home at night to shape her still, to my surprise, seek the light there in her eyes, in my mother's quiet eyes. My mother is an artist, I'm an artist's son. And when things get a little rough, I think what she has done. I try to keep a watch all through another hard work day. I find the time to shape the world my way. And though I've moved away as children someday do, she's the one we all come home to. And I still, to my surprise, seek the light there in her eyes, in my mother's quiet eyes, in my mother's quiet eyes. Yeah. Phew. Good song. I tried to sing it at her memorial and I couldn't get through it, but I got through it now. Johnny,
Yes, sir.
speaking of mothers, and we are in your house. How about doing Cooking in the Kitchen?
Okay. That's a good one.
Can you sing the words to that?
Can I? I'll try.
All right. Here's one we kind of wrote together, John and I. Were you on this one, Mikey? Or I'm not sure.
Doesn't say so on the website. It just says our two names.
Oh no.
I'm sure Mike had some input.
And what key were we in?
G. Holiday, holiday. Mama's been hit to the store, getting her motor running. Here she comes through the door. Bags and bags of groceries, we stow it all away. Companies are coming, I know what we're doing today. Cooking in the kitchen with you. Cooking in the kitchen, looking in the cookbook too. Smells so bewitching, taste buds are a-twitching. Cooking in the kitchen, cooking in the kitchen, wahoo! Get out the pots, get out the pans, get out the mixing bowls. Get out the forks and knives and spoons, get ready to rock and roll. A cup and a pinch and a dash and a squirt, is that the recipe? Shove it in the oven, pretty soon, aromatherapy. Cooking in the kitchen with you. Cooking in the kitchen, crack another egg or two. Smells so bewitching, taste buds are a-twitching. Cooking in the kitchen, cooking in the kitchen, wahoo! Rolling up the meatballs, garlic and olive oil. Rinse the rice, add some spice, bring it to a boil. Bubble, bubble, toil and trouble, check on the casserole. Spreading icing on the cake, then you lick the bowl. We're cooking. Cooking in the kitchen, cooking in the kitchen, wahoo! I'll get the plates. I'll get the silverware. Should I go up and clean my room? Too late, just comb your hair. Doorbell ring, ding-a-ling, ding-ding. Time to meet and greets. Hi, oh, hey, hello. When do we get to eat? Cooking in the kitchen with you. Cooking in the cooking is through. Smells so bewitching, taste buds are a twitching. Kids eat in the kitchen, eating in the kitchen. Wahoo! Yum, 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 yum.
Cooking in the kitchen.
Wahoo!
Now I'm hungry.
Me too.
And after that, and then after the bedtime stories, it's quiet time.
Oh no, it's quiet time. No.
Another one. What key were we doing that one in?
It's kind of B flat.
B flattish?
It's B flattish. Starts on an E flat, so
Okay, let's see.
this is one of those songs with the chord structure that is a little bit vague. So it's in the B flat and sometimes E flat. It kind of moves around.
I love the tune, though. It's
It'll
really
be a
great.
test later.
As the day grows dark and the golden sun sinks low, all the songbirds fly back to their nest because they know that it's quiet time, quiet time. Watch the daylight go. Quiet time, it's quiet time, time to take it slow. They found nuts and seeds and acorns to bury deep. Now the busy squirrels race up to their trees to get some sleep. 'Cause it's quiet time, quiet time. Turn the lights down low. Quiet time, it's quiet time, time to take it slow.
I got this one. They have fished all day in an icy mountain stream. Now the grizzly bears are curling up to catch a dream. And it's quiet time, quiet time. Let the night winds blow. Quiet time, quiet time. Time to take it slow.
All the daytime animals in the evening, just like you, lay their weary bodies down and sleep the whole night through.
'Twas a long, full day, so much to see and do. Now you're safely tucked in bed, and I am here with you.
And it's quiet time, quiet time.
All the creatures know.
Quiet time, quiet time. Watch the daylight go.
Turn the lights down low. Let the night winds blow.
'Cause it's quiet time, it's quiet time. Time to take it slow.
Jon Cobert.
We had to have some quiet songs on the recordings
We did.
because there were some up-tempo things rocking, and then, oh, let's do this. This is good. I'm going to switch instruments now.
Also, didn't Linda Ronstadt win for a children's
Lullaby.
lullaby
Yes.
CD, right? So we said, oh, let's put a lullaby on this one.
1986, the first time we got nominated for a Grammy.
Was it 86?
I think it was, well, no, I was probably a
No,
little
we didn't
early.
start recording
No,
till 88.
No, it's 90.
We
it
went
was in the 90s.
backwards, didn't we?
I don't know what year it was. All I know is we were some
It's 90 something, right?
To Linda Ronstadt. Who doesn't need another one of these?
Right.
And then we lost
To Elmo.
to Elmo several times.
Oh, no.
Right?
Remember? Tell
Should we tell the
yeah,
story?
tell a story of at the Sony party.
Okay, so we flew to LA
Just watch
because
your
we were.
language.
I will. We were nominated for Some Assembly Required, right?
There, among others.
Among others. Anyway, so we went out there to LA to the Grammys. And the children's category is in the afternoon. It's not the televised part. So we were there. Tony Bennett came in with his 2 sons and sat next to us.
And Tony Bennett always won every.
Yeah, and he was
and
nominated
he was
for
nominated.
one of his children's records.
And he
that
never
year.
not won.
No, he always
every
wins.
time whatever jazz thing he was done, he
It's
won.
Tony Bennett, for God's sake. Anyway, so they called the category, and we're all anticipating something happening, and then they announced the winner, and the winner is Elmo. So Tony and his sons just got up and walked out. And that was the end of that. Until later on that evening, we had been invited to a party from Sony Records.
We were both
right?
on Sony Records.
Yeah, so we went to the party. It was in a nice restaurant in LA, and it was dark, and it's one of those LA kind of scenes.
hip
And
and
there were people
trendy.
walking around with shrimp and all kinds of
And the DJ, very loud
yeah,
DJ,
yeah, and
very
they had, scotch and bourbon and everything. And so Tony is sitting there on a little
Banquette.
on a banquette. That's the word I was looking for. Sipping a scotch. It was probably not his first. And I went up and introduced myself. I said, "Hey, Tony, I'm Jon Cobert. I'm one of the producers on the Tom Chapin CD. We were also nominated in the children's category." And he just barely looked up from his drink and he said, "Do you believe we lost to a freaking puppet?" Only he didn't use that
Almost right.
actually word.
Almost
A
right.
freaking dummy.
Oh, did he say
Dummy,
dummy?
yeah.
I lost to a freaking dummy.
Thanks, Tony. Bye.
Yeah, that's much better.
Only he didn't say.
He didn't
freaking.
say freaking,
No.
but yeah, never mind. In Zoom, we could say what we want, right?
Yeah. There's
But
no
we
Yeah,
won't.
but
We won't. Dumb,
I'm on
you
the
said.
school board. I can't say that.
No, you can't.
So this is a song we wrote for all the three of us wrote for the Pretty Planet recording. We did an album. We were still in Sony, and I suggested. They said, "What do you want to do for the next kids record?" And I said, "I want to do something about the environment." And these two people who were in the the office, they said, "I'm sorry, the environment's out." And I said, "Excuse me?"
not in it.
He said, the environment's out. It just doesn't sell. And I said, "Yeah, I'm gonna do an album about the environment, for kids." And okay. We got nominated for Academy for a Grammy for that one too, and that we lost again to
Elmo
Elmo.
again? Yeah.
But
freaking dumb.
we
Another same freaking dumb. Right.
and and we had a lot of different songs on the recording and some guest stars and stuff. But this is a song that we wrote. I remember writing this on plane trips. We're coming up with this
We
thing.
got to take some more plane trips.
That's right. We haven't played trip for a while. There it is. There's a trillion stars in this galaxy, older than all memory. Our Earth's but a speck in a cosmic sea, and aren't we lucky here on a spinning globe that gives off heat, provides the ground beneath our feet with air and water, food to eat. This is a Michael line, and such great atmosphere. You and I are passengers riding on a spaceship somewhere in a spiral arm of the Milky Way, traveling so fast and far, pulled by the sun, our own sweet star that rises in the east to light our day. Our numbers grow as we ride along. We're 7 billion humans strong. A wondrous, busy, dizzy throng, endlessly unaware. Like Noah's Ark out on the sea, in a fragile boat adrift are we. We'll sail forever, you and me, if we treat our craft with care. You and I are passengers riding on a spaceship somewhere in a spiral arm of the Milky Way. a state of grace from the deep, dark cold of outer space. Our children's children need this place for journeys of our own. You and I are passengers riding on a spaceship somewhere in a spiral arm of the Milky Way. Traveling so fast and far, oh, by the sun, our own sweet star that rises in the east to light our day. Cool.
Yeah, more plane rides.
I do love it. I love some of these. The lyrics in here are great. Protected in a state of grace from the deep, dark cold of outer space. Our children's children need this place for journeys of their own.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Just the whole idea.
Who wrote that?
That was before we had children's children.
Right? The whole idea that we're passengers on this ship. It's not just a big rock,
Yeah, exactly.
Candy Mountain.
Oh, you know what we need to do?
What?
We have dogs.
Do I have to get out of here and get my nose because it's
No.
in the other room?
No, you don't have to get yours.
That's all right. I've got mine in my same little moth-eaten head wig bag here.
Just imagine that John has a nose on.
It really doesn't change his look all that much.
I have dogs here. These are dogs.
Those are oh, look at that.
They're
Beatles.
beetle dogs.
Beatles dogs. Let's see if we can do this. We came up with this idea that to tell the idea of
Just
The
getting ready.
the cosmic dog. Yeah. It's your third
So
nose.
that's sitting around.
having dogs. Michael doesn't have dogs, but we've had dogs.
But I like dogs.
Yeah, and so
Well, someone else's dog.
somebody else's dogs,
Yeah.
and so we were thinking about. I'm not sure which record this is on, but I think it was on Billy the Squid, maybe.
Okay.
And about the rules that you
What do
have
you
to
know?
teach a dog, you know, and they don't understand language, but they do understand what their rules are. So this idea is an older dog talking to a younger dog. It's called Dog Rules.
With a bark, 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 and a woof, 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 and a pant, 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 and a snip, snip, snip. Dog rules, dog rules, dog rules. Bark, yip, yip, yip. Dog rules, dog rules. Woof, ba 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 wow. Rules, dog rules, dog rules. Bark, yip, yip, yip. Dog rules, dog rules. Woof, ba 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 wow.
Bring back
Rules,
any
dog
thrown
rules,
object.
Dog rules, bark, yip, yip, yip.
Squirrels
Rules,
belong in
dog rules.
trees.
Woof, ba 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 wow.
Come running
Rules,
when they
dog
call
rules, dog
you.
rules, bark, yip, yip, yip.
And watch
Rules,
out where
dog.
you pee.
Hey, ba 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 wow.
Don't
Rules,
sleep on the
dog rules,
sofa.
dog rules, bark, yip, yip, yip. Dog
Sit and
rules,
stay
dog
and
rules.
heal.
Woof, ba 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 wow.
Tolerate
Rules,
the
dog rules,
mailman.
dog rules, bark, yip, yip, yip.
And any food that hits the ground is yours.
Dog
Dog
rule, mama, dog
These are the
rules,
dog rules. Think of them as dog tools. They'll help you through your good dog years.
Here's another tip.
In your favorite room, when comes a baby human, keep smiling while he's yanking on
With the
your
bark, 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 and the woof,
ears.
woof, woof, and the pan, 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 and the snip, snip, snip.
No
Dog
banging
rules,
at the
dog rules, dog
table.
rules, bark, yip, 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 dog
No
rules,
cats in
dog
the
rules.
yard.
Ba ba bow wow.
Don't
Rules,
jump up
dog
on
rules,
visitors.
dog rules, bark, yip, yip, yip. Booze, boo. Any food that hits the ground is yours.
Dog
rules. I was having so much fun, I didn't want it to end.
And any food that hits
It's
the ground
is yours. It doesn't even have to hit the ground,
That's right.
honestly.
Any food that drops.
Yeah.
I tell you what.
Cosmo, my daughter's and son-in-law's dog. They have two dogs, Pippa and Cosmo. But Cosmo is a standard black poodle, and I think he can get the food before it hits the ground. Pippa will wait for it to sit there for a little while, and then just kind of mosey on over.
Well, I'll tell you,
Cosmo,
there's 3 dogs in our little pod. Lily has Lulu, I have Coco, and Abigail has Wiley. And where they live now, when the whole family's together, is underneath the baby's high chair.
Oh, is that right? Yes, that's
They
right.
do. They all sit there just waiting. And then when the baby leaves, the big dogs lick up top. And
In
They have a
Noah's
system.
family, there's Tucker. And Tucker hangs out underneath Alex's high chair.
is that right? Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. And it's actually really good because spit up is something you don't want to be dealing with, but the dogs say, cool.
Oh, well, yeah, I don't think we've gotten that far.
TMI.
Yep.
yeah, I think so. Well, you know, there's a lot of good stuff in there.
So we're talking about grandchildren, babysitters,
Uh-oh.
and this one.
Well-
How did this one happen?
Well, this is the thing. This is the thing. You know, you always hear songwriters, and I've had the fun of having to talk about things in interview, a little songwriting interview. And sometimes you write songs because you get an idea and they just fall out, right? There was somebody who came up to us at some point, Tom and I, and we said, you know, you ought to have a babysitter song. Of course, great idea. And this
That's
one
right.
didn't just fall out. We worked on this song for about a year and a half because we kept coming up with different preferences. And I remember one that we spent a long time on.
Different situations.
Different situations, but there was one that we were going to try to make the babysitters twins. And one of them was this really nice little girl, and the other one was just a horror, and you didn't know which one you were going to get. And we wrote and wrote and wrote. We just got ourselves all confused. And one day we said, what is the most unlikely babysitter you could possibly have? And we came up with a rehabilitated felon.
Harry.
Harry, the hat.
The hat.
Hence the hat.
You don't know about babysitters till you've been babysat by the new babysitter that we had last night, Harry the Hat. The front door opens up and he says,
Hi.
dressed in black with a white silk tie.
Good evening, folks. Never fear. Harry the hat is here.
Dad thinks Harry is some kind of hood, but Mom says his references are very good. He tells my folks,
Enjoy the show.
and he says to us,
Let's go.
Ba-boom, shaboom, he helps me clean my room. He says it's fun to get your homework done.
One more chore. We mop the
No,
floor.
I'm
What?
no cop.
I'm no cop, but your mom and pop says you can watch TV.
Oh, you don't know about babysitters till you've been babysat by the new babysitter that we had last night,
Harry the hat.
My little sister loves him.
Let's call her so and play.
When I was in the big house, I learned how to crochet.
He's not like any sitter that we have ever known. He tells us to be good or we'll end up like Al Capone. He says
It's dinner time, you should be fed.
he makes baked ziti and some garlic bread.
Harry the hat don't like dirt. We clean up before dessert.
Bravo, shing, clink, clink, we clean the dishes in the sink, and after that we feed the dog and the cat.
Just one more chore, we mop the floor, and then we'll play Go Fish.
Oh, you don't know about babysitters till you've been babysat by the new babysitter that we had last night,
Harry the hat.
He says
You've both been very good, so listen, here's the news.
he makes us both an offer that we cannot refuse. He says
Brush your teeth.
you've both been very
No, I
good.
said that already.
He says
Says to brush your
Good
teeth.
teeth. I'm be home soon.
Put on your jammies, get in bed. I'll read you's good night moon.
Oh, you don't know about babysitters till you've been babysat by the new babysitter that we had last night.
I come on time, I'm very polite. If I take a job, I do it right. Ask anybody, I'm dynamite. Harry the Hat. Good night, Moon. I love that book.
We got great reviews for this recording, except for one person who said, "I'm not sure the Italian Americans are going to like that song too much."
What would Harry say about that?
He would say, I did my time, now I charge for overtime.
There's no. We did mention baked ziti and garlic bread.
That's
We
right.
did.
That's true.
Because we talked about him being from other ethnicities.
We
but
did.
He makes baked ziti and garlic bread. What do you want from me?
I make baked ziti and garlic bread.
Yeah, you're not Italian,
I'm not that I know of.
but you're married to one, right?
Well, yeah, half of one.
Yeah.
I gotta say, these things. Let's try this one. This is almost every record we try to have a song that talks about home and is calmer than. And here's another one of those. Let's see. When the winter wind's calling, and snow is a-falling, your cold feet are dragging the ground. When you're stuck in the storm, looking for warm, home is the welcoming sound. When the summer suns blaze, but your mind in a haze, and you feel like you're coming unwound. When you run helter-skelter, looking for shelter, home is the welcoming sound. Cool in the summer, warm in the winter, sheltering all the year round. Wherever I ramble, wherever I roam, home is the welcoming sound. Your friends are all taken, you're feeling forsaken, your smile is turned into a frown. When it seems like your poor heart is coming apart, home is the welcoming sound. Cool in the summer, cool in the summer, warm in the winter, sheltering all the year round. Wherever I ramble, wherever I roam, home is the welcoming sound. There are family and friends standing by you, though it seems like you're out on your own. Whoever you are, wherever you go, you are not alone. I'm a daddy who travels, who works on the road. It seems like I'm always outbound. But though we're apart, deep down in my heart, home is the welcoming sound. Cool in the summer, warm in the winter, sheltering all the year round. Wherever I ramble, wherever I roam, home is the welcoming last chance. Cool in the summer, warm in the winter, sheltering all the year round. Wherever I ramble, wherever I roam, home is the welcoming sound. Home is the welcoming sound. Home is the welcoming sound. We got it by the end. That's a nice tune. Nice tune. In fact, all these tunes are so much fun to revisit, and that's been kind of the watchword of these events, have been revisiting and realizing how much fun and how good this stuff is, in all humility. And let me. Here's a brand new song.
I'm jumping in while you're switching guitars. It's just also the pleasure of being able to create these things as collaborators is really part of the joy of this, and how involved families are. Babysitter Josh was on Babysitter, right?
That's right.
Right. And Ronan and Noah both were on these things, and Abigail and Lily.
And Dana was.
Dana.
Yeah, she was on.
Mary sang some stuff, and John Forster's wife Vicky. So it's really been a family affair.
It's true. And my daughters, Abigail and Lily, started the first performance they did, and the first time they recorded, they were 6 and 8, and they were part of the children's choruses for years. 1988, 89 on Moonboat, 90 on Mother Earth, and
now they have 6-year-olds, don't they?
Now they have 6-year-olds and two little boys who sing pretty well. Yeah. We'll see what happens with those guys. So here's a song that we wrote a couple years ago for the Great Hudson River Revival. But since the Hudson River Revival is not doing it this year, we also use this for a different festival, which we're doing this year. It'll be the 50th anniversary of the Walnut Valley Festival in Winfield, Kansas. And so we actually, I think maybe we wrote this first for there, and then we moved it for the Clearwater. I have sung it. But this is going to be the on my new recording, which is almost done, actually.
Almost done.
Hopefully,
it's
maybe
right in there.
and that computes. And let's see. So this is for Winfield and any other festival that we go to. Every September, by day and by night, at this dusty old fairground, there's a wonderful sight. Guitars and banjos and voices that blend. So happy to see you, my friend. 40-some years of good stories and songs have been played here and sung out, and we're still going strong. From the very beginning right through to the end. So happy to see you, happy to be with you, happy to see you, my friend. Under a walnut valley sun, another Winfield welcomes everyone as we gather together to sing it again. So happy to see you, my friend. I got a bushel of old songs. Sprinkle the other Winfield. It's a pleasure to stand up and sing them with you, and to hear your good voices ring out once again. So happy to see you, happy to be with you, happy to see you, my friend. Under a walnut valley moon, another Winfield brings its joyful tune as we gather together to sing out again. So happy to see you, my friend, as this old world goes stumbling along. Winfield brings us back to sing her sweet September song. They were. Some old folks have left us, but we're still here with young folks who come of age every new year. They got a voice to declare and a hand to extend. So happy happy to see you, my friend. May the music stay strong, and may it survive with this boatload of artists who keep it alive. Stu, you're the foundation on which we depend. So happy to see you, happy to be with you, happy to see you, my friend. Under a walnut valley moon, another windfield brings its joyful tune as we gather together to sing out again. So happy to see you, happy to be with you, happy to see you, my friend. Happy to see you, my friend. That part goes. Wow! Well, what fun this has been. We're gonna do another song and then open up and talk to you guys for a little while, and then we'll finish up with another one. And here's a song that sadly feels really, really appropriate right this moment in our world. Let me see. I was never one to raise my hand, take a stand, upset the plan. But the child has grown into a man. Now the times have changed. I was content to go along, sing the safe, the careful song, trusting right would vanquish wrong. Oh, but times have changed. I sing for peace now. I made a vow to reach for higher ground. I sing for peace now. Peace is how we'll turn the world around. The news gets worse, so do the lies. They hide the bodies from our eyes, thinking we won't realize we have the power to change. I sing for peace now. I made a vow to reach for higher ground. I sing for peace now. Peace is how we'll turn the world around. Children cry, mothers weep, been having trouble going to sleep. As brave young men lie buried deep. Now the times have changed. I sing for peace now. I made a vow to reach for higher ground. I sing for peace now. Peace is how we'll turn the world around. Sing for peace.
That was great. Everybody loved it. Everybody's clapping, although you can't see them necessarily. Right. They're clapping silently.
Yes.
And everybody loved seeing the three of you together.
Ah,
And we do have some questions, and let's start with Sammy States. There you go. Unmute yourself.
I think I got it.
You
you
got it.
did. Hi.
I did. Hello. I want to say I have always dreamed of actually just getting to see you three and nobody else, just you three together. And we've seen you a couple of times, but it's been in bits. Like my husband and I got to go to the Harry Chapin tribute concert, which was phenomenal. Stage full of music that was like a religious experience. And yes, you were there, but there was so much there too. And then we got tickets to see you somewhere in Pennsylvania. And we got there, it was at a college auditorium, and Michael was sick and not there.
Oh,
And
wow. I didn't have much. That was maybe the only
Didn't happen
time.
much. Wow.
No,
The two of you were trying to cover his parts.
always fun.
And it was exciting to watch because you'd be doing songs I did at school with my kids that, I couldn't wait. And there'd be a moment when you both look at each other and somebody go, oh, okay, I'm going to do that part. Oh, okay, I'm going to do that part.
We
And
thought
it was
nobody
awesome.
noticed.
Oh, well, I was really zooming in on this.
Yeah.
That's
But I just want to say you are phenomenal. And it was the most amazing thing when you did the concerts through COVID for the daytime thing. My kids, that was part of their weekly assignment.
Oh, really?
And then they wrote me responses to what their favorite thing was, what questions they would ask you if they had questions. It was tremendous because they knew your music anyway. So
Great.
you did that thing, and it was a godsend in
Mornings
many
with
ways.
Papa Tom and the Chapin sisters. Yep.
Yeah, right.
And these guys would pop in once a week, which was great.
Yeah.
And seeing the different verses coming from Michael and then when Jon did his concerts on his own, like I tuned into those. And I just want to say, you have put out so much for so many people. And
well, thank you.
there aren't even
found
words.
it. I'm so glad you found it. Thank you so much.
Yeah, and we pass it on all the time.
Great.
The music on.
Pass the music on.
Thank you.
Now, Sue Arnell, did you have a question?
Hi, not really right now.
Oh, okay. I
It's nice to hear
I
from you.
just thought you did. No problem.
Hi, Sue.
Hi, happy to see you guys.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's so much fun to see you three together again.
For us too.
Happy to see you.
And thank you so much for the Papa Tom concerts. They got us through the early times of COVID. So thank you for that.
Got me through, and my family. It was just really wonderful thing to do.
I'm sure. Thank you.
Sure.
Michael, your mother is watching. And I don't know if she wants to talk to you, but
Very nice.
she did
Okay.
post.
It was my aunt.
You're up.
It was a great concert. And
Sounds
I
like my
loved
brother
it, and I
John
love
is
all
there
your
too.
songs. And I tell you, I'm getting up there in years, and I may be entering my second childhood, and I may be in need of a babysitter. So keep that in mind.
I know where you
Jon.
live.
A good babysitter.
Yes.
Great job, guys.
Yeah.
Great to hear you together.
Yeah, Jon is here too.
Hi, Jon.
Right there.
Hi, Ruth. Thanks so much.
Thanks for checking in.
Fun.
Now, talking about babysitters, let's see. Ray Shop, who is on Facebook right now, wants an update on the grandchildren. And by my count, there are now 10 and a half.
10 and a half. What do you mean?
Well, counting
Grandchildren.
Oh, okay.
I have more. She's more than a half.
I have 7. You have 2.
We have 2.
That's 9. 10.
I have 1 and 7/9 or something
Nice.
like that.
Okay.
One's due in a month
But,
or 2 months?
beginning of August. So what is that?
Wow.
Call them out. Who have you got?
Boy, girl.
I have Chloe, and then there's another little girl coming. So yeah, 2 girls.
And I have Miles, Max, Myra Jean, Elspeth, Willa, Oliver, and Arthur.
Arthur. And we have out in California, Benjamin and Alex.
Blessings. And it's beyond blessings to have this. And for me, they're really close, which is great. At least 4 of them are. I was just over there today, and little Oliver, who's just starting to walk, and is very interested in me from a distance. It's like, Papa, Papa, Papa. But if I get too close, he goes, Papa.
Take it easy.
Yeah.
Now you know what that means, Papa.
Yeah.
Means stay away.
No, it means stay right there. Don't go away, but don't get close. Great.
Okay. They're all accounted for. Everybody's well.
Yes, everybody's
And
good.
they all have songs.
They all have songs. Yeah.
Yes, they do.
Except the new one.
Say hello
Not the new
to
one.
Oliver Bow. Where will you go? We'd all like to know. You make the future look so bright. Turn your face up to the light. Say hello to Oliver Bow. And then the newest one is for his name is Arthur, Arthur Moon. Say hello to Arthur Moon. This is Arthur's grandpa offering a tune to newborn Arthur Moon. He likes when I sing to him, that little guy, or anybody sings to him.
Chloe, cute as a button, oh Chloe, made out of nothing but love, nothing but love.
We got Benjamin is here. Benjamin is here. Bright and new and amazing. Benjamin is here. And also Alexander Jacob, our brand new California son.
Why do they sound like ads?
Because that's what they are.
They are little ads that's great.
I'm gonna have to write one for Ronan and John's cats too, because their family is Colin Crunk.
Okay, baby.
Oh, that just writes itself.
That rolls. Colin Crunk.
Wrong. Crunk. Okay.
Next up, Lindsay Cooper.
Lindsay.
Hi, Lindsay.
How you doing, Lindsay?
Speak.
Hi.
There you go.
Just saw you last week at the Greenwood.
Oh, you did? Oh, yes. Hi.
Yeah.
Great show.
Yeah, I was hoping you would bring some CDs because I gave away my This Pretty Planet CD, a signed CD to my niece and nephew. I gave them the book, so
oh, nice.
I gave them the CD with it. I was wondering how can I get another one and get it.
Go on the website.
Talk to Claudia.
And talk to Claudia right there, and she'll help you.
Okay.
And I'll sign it for you.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks so much. All right. It was a little warm that night, wasn't it?
Oh, it was very warm. Yeah. Yeah. Now we're back to 60 degrees. So
yeah.
You look like you survived. And so
it's May.
It's a beautiful place to play, though. That Greenwood Coffee House. It's nice.
Isn't it with the surround windows?
Wooded area.
And every once in a while, a deer runs through.
Well, nice to see you guys. Thank you so much.
Yeah, great to see you. Thank you so much.
Sure.
And there were some more members of the morning crew who are at that show. Dave and Patty Gathman.
Yes, they were. Hi, guys. I think you might have done the long distance award except for me, because you guys came from Chicago.
Jeannie came just about that part.
Yeah.
Yeah. We always loved John's verses in the family tree. My father came from Brooklyn. My mother came from Brooklyn.
Right. Well, Michael Mark.
And then Michael Mark, when you did his collaboration, and noticed his mother's real friendly. Actually, apparently is here tonight too.
Yep.
But looked him up. You realize, I imagine most people don't realize he's the son of Fred Friendly, kind of a legendary broadcaster, U.S. journalist.
That's right.
In fact, played by George Clooney in that movie about good night and good luck.
George Clooney played Fred Friendly in the movie Good Night and Good Luck, and it was a great thrill. My mom got to consult on the thing a little bit, and she would go, "I'm going out to the West Coast to see George." It's great. There's some great photographs we have of mom and George.
How'd you come up with the name Michael Mark then?
Well, my mom was married to the wonderful Sandor Mark, who unfortunately passed away when I was about 16 years old. I had two great dads, and I don't think of Fred as a stepfather. I had one great dad who was a great musician, as a piano player and a real estate and a builder and an engineer, and unfortunately he passed away. My mom had some friends who introduced her to Fred, and they got married, and it became a nice association. Fred had 3 children. We were 3, and we still get along quite well.
Good.
They're all out on the West Coast. We're on the East Coast, and we're all taking good care of each other. Fred was a great influence. He taught me a lot about how to look at a story and how to craft it. And so there were some great lessons learned there.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Got an idea for a song for you guys. It seemed right up your alley.
What's that?
Well, we live out in the Potts Valley, west of Chicago, and includes Elgin and Aurora and St. Charles and so forth. And during the I know it started probably in the 70s or the 60s.
I don't know what you're getting at
There's
yet.
a guy named the Fox. This creature, a mysterious creature named the Fox, sort of a Zorro sort of fellow, described himself as an environmental terrorist. And when they found examples of pollution going on, he'd take sewage, for example, that U.S. Steel was spewing into Lake Michigan. He'd go to the chief executive of that plant and throw the sewage on their desk, or he'd take cement and plug up a drain pipe going into the Fox River. It was no one really knew who it was. And finally, only after his death, it was revealed he was a junior high school science teacher from down near Aurora somewhere, Oswego, I guess. I don't know, this sounds kind of like a natural for you guys. I'll have to send you a couple of articles I wrote about him at the time.
Well, send us something. I'd like to read about him. Not promising a song, but
No. I have a question quickly. Are you considering doing a Collaborators concert with your daughters? I know you don't really write songs with them, but
no, but I ought to do a concert. They're in the middle of doing an album right now of their own tunes, but they have 16 brand new songs they're working on right now. So I'd love to hear those songs actually. So I'll talk to them about that and see if that'd be really fun to do. Maybe they can do back and forth a song of theirs, a song of mine. That'd be fun to do.
That would be good.
Okay, nice suggestion.
Thank you.
I think we might try to get the other one we haven't done anything with is John McCutcheon. I haven't written a lot of songs with him, but we could do certainly a nice show.
Okay.
From a distance, back and forth, like I did with Sycon.
Yeah. And your concert in Ann Arbor was great.
Thank you.
And we got to meet Jeannie.
Yeah.
So.
And
thanks, guys.
Jeannie is up next, also representing the morning crew.
Hi, Jeannie. How you doing? Turn on your sound.
There we go.
There you go.
Okay. Well, a couple things. One is you always look the happiest when you're with John and Michael. It's such a fun group to watch. You guys are so fun. It just looks nice.
Thank you.
And then another thing is, any day now, I'll be a grandma for the second time.
Yeah.
So it's any time now. So that's good. My question is, now I've been wanting to ask it for a while, but I think you answered it a little bit tonight. When you talk about collaborating and you guys are collaborators, and it sounds like it's a really important, serious, private kind of a thing. And then I find out John plays the piano on a dashboard, and that's called collaborating. What does collaborating look like? I mean, I try to picture. Do you call up each other and say, "Hey, you want to come over and collaborate?" Or what do you do?
I have a description. Yeah. Grown men playing.
Yeah.
So the reality is, with Michael and myself, usually Michael comes over to my house, and the beginning of a collaboration, say for the family recordings, has been sitting in a room with whoever the writers are, and usually it was John Forster and Michael and myself and maybe John, and we sit and just, okay, it's going to be about Pretty Planet. We do environmental stuff, and then we start tossing ideas around, and then you get together one at a time. Sometimes it's all three of us, and but with us, it was also every time you're together when you're traveling, and that's the time, and that became a good time to sort of throw things out. But out meaning throw it out amongst,
and also throw some things out.
Some things,
Right.
but that's amongst ourselves, and sometimes it might just be I'd say something and they just throw, these guys are so quick and something would happen and it would solve a problem for me, and I continue myself. Sometimes we do it together. It's very much very creative. There's no one way of doing it.
Yeah, people have different ways of working. Like I like when Tom sends me a lyric. I get an email, I print it out, and I come down the basement and I write music to it. And that's one way of doing it.
You're like Elton John and Bernie Taupin.
Exactly.
But the thing about collaborating is a very special process because there's a lot of trust involved. You have to leave your ego at the door because you're trusting that you're sitting in a room with somebody who can say, no, that sucks. We have to go someplace else, and you know that it's coming from a place that you're going to end up with something that you come to consensus on. And it's a really neat process, but it's a very particular kind of a thing to do when you're not just writing a thing by yourself. There's an extra energy that comes from collaborating with somebody else, but it's a real trusting relationship and one that I value very much.
And you get stuff that you never would by yourself.
That's right.
With a good collaborators, and the other thing I tell my daughters, you find a good thing, stick with it. We've been together how many years, guys?
What, 35. So
35 or something years.
Well,
Yeah.
we met in 81.
81,
41 years ago.
So.
Yeah.
And so that's that, and we've been very lucky that we're nearby and we've been able to do stuff. We'd like to be performing more live together, and that's the next challenge. And try to get some more live gigs.
Okay.
Right now,
all righty. Thank you.
Live, but we're happy to be alive.
You're playing together in a couple of shows coming up. Your quote birthday concert at the Town Crier in Beacon on
New York.
June 18th.
That'll be great fun.
Yeah.
That's in June 18th, right?
June 18th, Saturday. And you're also playing together in New Hampshire in July.
And at Mohonk.
And at Mohonk, right. Yeah. So East Coast people have the chance to see you. Yeah. I have a question, which is that you collaborate, obviously, when you write together, but Tom and John especially, you collaborate in the studio. And at this point, it's sort of like you can read each other's minds. You talk in shorthand.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
And, is that, it's a different kind of thing. Is it as satisfying, as much fun?
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, you have imagination about what it might be, and then you find the right thing that makes the track work, and it's delicious.
And then you get to listen to it over and over again.
Right.
Because the idea is how to make the song be the best it can be, so that's a whole other thing. And then you get to perform together, and do a great show. It's a lovely existence. It's the traveling can get hard. Parts of it can be hard. You don't quite know where the next paycheck's coming from. But I wouldn't trade what we've been through, with anything. It was great, and every part of it has its positive things, and so it's good.
It's good.
It's good.
I recommend it. Music.
One more question, and then you can do your last song. Pat Hennessy, are you there?
Pat, oh my goodness. Hi, Pat.
Yeah.
I just saw you on a very hot day on Saturday.
Oh, I know. My family, well, it's great to see the three of you together. It's been a long time for me to see you. It's been before COVID, but I just want my family loved it. You were so personable. They were, and not that many people knew who you were of that group, which surprised me because my family did. Sure. But the kids, my grown grandchildren, it was so sweet to see them because I had taken them to your concerts. But I just wanted to say it was a thrill for me. You won't remember this, but 3 years ago I went up to you and I said, I think on my 80th birthday I was going to have you come, and so I never forgot it, like in the back of my mind. So I did it. We pulled it off. I'm so happy. Thank you for coming. It was a real thrill for me.
Thanks so much for having me there. As people who don't know what's going on, I went to Pat's house and we did outdoors, and on the high porch. Luckily, you had that giant tree there. Thank you, because it was 96 degrees or whatever it was, and it was nice. And she had a whole set list worked out. So I did a house concert, and it was on last Saturday. At Pat's.
But the one thing, so my one son is like, it was amazing. You were out there, it was hot, and the carpenter bees were flying all around you. Yeah. I'm sorry about that.
Big carpenter bees.
No, that's what happens here. Good time.
And I just getting to sing with you that last bit was a real treat. Thank you.
I did circle and got her to sing a little bit, so it was nice. Happy birthday, Pat.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Let's finish up with a song that I had the lyric to, and I couldn't come up with a melody. I sent it to Jon, and he sent me back this beautiful melody. It was the end of one of the years, it was like an end of a year song, and so let's finish up this song. And Jon, you can sing it.
Okay. Sprang from a weed in the Garden of Eden, all scattered by wind and foam. So hungry for shelter, we seek out our true love to pick up the pieces and welcome us home. Through many a storm, though I am no sailor, I found myself caught at the wheel. But trusting to fortune and the help of some true friends, we somehow survived the ordeal.
At the end of the day, at the end of the year, at the end of the line, I'm glad you're here. Blessed is the pilgrim who's able to say, once I loved you, once you loved me, I still love you at the end of the day.
So glad to be here, so glad that you're near, glad this year's come to an end. We faced our worst fears, we shed some real tears as the world chased us round once again. So reach out a hand to the ones who you love most and mourn for all those gone away. We'll count up our losses, bind up our wounds, and tomorrow we'll face a new day.
At the end of the day, at the end of the year, at the end of the line, I'm glad you're here. Blessed is the pilgrim who's able to say, once I loved you, once you loved me, I still love you at the end of the day.
So reach out a hand to the ones who you love most and mourn for all those gone away. We'll count up our losses, bind up our wounds, and tomorrow will be a new day.
At the end of the day, at the end of the year, at the end of the line, I'm glad you're here. Blessed is the pilgrim who's able to say, once I loved you, once you loved me, I still love you at the end of the day. Once I loved you, once you loved me, I still love you at the end of the day. Jon Cobert, Michael Mark, and you guys.
Tom Chapin.
Nicely done, baby. Good night, guys. Thank you so much.
Nighty night.